everyone, my dear young learners. I think you are well at your home and enjoying the classes of our respectable teachers from different institutions. Today I am here to have or to give an idea on an interesting topics, also a difficult topics for the young learners from class 8 to 12. So I hope you will enjoy the class. Let's have a look in the board. My dear young learners, I wrote here, I am ill, and also I wrote here, he said to me that he was ill. Here, look, suppose I told my student that I am ill now, I am ill now, and then my student told my information to others that he said to me that he was ill then. So look, I am giving information in my word and my student give my information to others in his own word. So can you guess what may be the sentence and what may be the sentence? Yes, I think you can guess. What may be the sentence? Yes, that is direct. Yes, direct speech. And then what may be the sentence? That is indirect speech. Yes, yes, my dear young learners. So you can guess. So can you guess what we are going to have or going to learn today? Yes, you guess. Our today's topics is narration. That means speech. In Bangla, ukti. So, my dear young learners, after today's session, you will have a clear idea on how to rewrite the passages or rewrite the sentences from direct to indirect, and you can have or you can practice some sentence. So let's start. I don't waste your valuable time. So let's start our today's session. On that board, I wrote the first word is narration. In Bangla, ukti, and we can say it is speech. So, what is speech? Suppose I told my student Saima that Saima, today I am feeling ill, I will not attend the class today. Inshallah, I will go to school tomorrow. So, I informed her in a direct speech, in Bangla, Protokkukti. And then, Salma informed this information to others, like saying that our Mamun sir told me that he was feeling well and he will not come or not attend. He would not attend the class today. Inshallah, he would attend the class tomorrow. So, I told the information to Saima that is direct, and Saima informed others that is indirect. So, when we quote someone's speech as it is, that is called direct speech, and when we inform someone's information to others in my opinion or my speech, that is indirect speech. So here look, narration or speech are two types: direct narration or direct speech and indirect speech. So direct speech has got two parts, and that is reporting verb and reported speech. So look here, What is reporting verb? He said to me, I am ill. Here, he said to me is reporting verb, and in the inverted comma, the given speech is reported speech. That is the saying of a speaker, of he. So this is reported speech, and that is called reporting verb. So if you want to make an indirect speech of this sentence, we have to join these two clauses and make a complete sentence. To make a complete sentence, we need to do 5 important changes in these two clauses. If we want to make an indirect speech, we need to have first change. We have to change reporting verb, we have to change conjunction, we have to change person, we have to change verb, and then time word. So now let's see what are the 5 important changes. Okay, my dear student, so let's have a look here. I wrote direct speech to indirect. Look here the sentence. He said to me, I am okay. So I already told you that if we want to make a complete sentence, to do indirect speech, we have to change 5 important things in these two clauses. So look, here is reporting verb, and that is reported speech. If we want to add these two sentences, we need first, we have to change reporting verb, and then we have to change conjunction between these two clauses, or we have to add conjunction or linking words, and then we have to change person of the reported speech, and then we have to change also the verb of reported speech, and then if there may be the time word, then we have to also change the time word. So let's have a look. We have to change first the reporting verb, that is our first change, and then we have to add conjunction here, that is our second add or change, and then we have to change person, and you have to remember that in reported speech there may be many persons or many pronouns or many objects. So you must have to change all the pronouns or all the objects according to the rules. How many they may be in the sentence, it's not the matter, but you have to change. In Bangla, রিপোর্টেড স্পিচে যত ধরনের প্রোনাউন থাকুক না কেন বা পার্সন থাকুক না কেন, তোমাকে সবগুলোই পার্সন চেঞ্জের রুলস অনুসারে অবশ্যই সামনে যত জায়গায় থাকবে তত জায়গায় তোমাকে পরিবর্তন করতে হবে। ওকে, and then our fourth change is verb change, and our 5 number change is time word. Here in this sentence there is no time word, so we don't have to change. If we have got any time word in the sentence, then we have to change, otherwise not. So time word change depend on the given sentence. If there is time word, then we have to change. If there is no time word, we don't have to change. So there are 4 important changes we have to do to make a complete indirect speech. So now let's have a look how we. Okay, my dear class, now have a look in the board. I wrote here our first sentence is reporting verb change. Okay, so here we have the clear idea how we change reporting verb. Here I wrote, he said to me, everything is good now. Yes, look, we have to change the word said. We have to change the word said, as the word said is verb in the given clause. So to sense it, we have to identify or we have to know the given sentence in the reported speech. So, here in the reported speech, the sentence may be in 5 types: assertive, interrogative, imperative, optative, and then exclamatory. So, first of all, to sense it, we have to know or identify the sentence. So here I wrote how we can identify the given sentence in the reported speech. To identify the sentence, we have 2 ways to identify the sentence. First of all, shabdo dekhe, that means seeing the word the very beginning of the sentence. Suppose if you see may or long at the very beginning of a sentence, so you may think that the sentence may be optative. Yes. And then if you see any sentence start with late or principal verb or base form of a verb, then you may think that the sentence may be imperative. Yes. And then you can also identify seeing the sign or exclamation or the punctuation mark. Suppose here you see the interrogation sign at the end of the sentence, so you think that the sentence is interrogative. And if you see any sign of exclamation of any part, it may be the first part of a sentence or it may be the last part of a sentence, where you can find it, you just think that the sentence is exclamatory. So to identify the sentence, there is 2 ways: শব্দ দেখে, চিহ্ন দেখে। অর্থাৎ আমরা শব্দ দেখে চিনতে পারবো দুটো সেন্টেন্স, অপটেটিভ এন্ড ইম্পারেটিভ, আর আমরা চিহ্ন দেখে চিনতে পারবো দুটো সেন্টেন্স, ইন্টারোগেটিভ এন্ড এক্সক্লামেটরি। সো শব্দ দেখে এবং চিহ্ন দেখে চেনা যায় যে বাক্যগুলো, সেগুলো যদি এমন হয় যে এই শব্দগুলো বাক্যের শুরুতে নাই অথবা এই চিহ্নগুলো বাক্যে নাই, তাহলে বাক্যটি assertive. So if maybe these words or this sign is not available in the sentence, so you may think that the sentence is assertive. So assertive sentence, the structure of assertive sentence: subject, verb, object, and at the end of the sentence we will see interrogative sign, and at the very beginning of the sentence we will see late or mool verb, and then at the very beginning of sentence we may see may or long, and then at any part of the sentence we may see the exclamation sign. So to sense it, we need to know or identify the sentence. What may be so? He is ill. Here he is ill, the sentence is assertive. So now we will see how we sense if we identify the sentence. Suppose the sentence is assertive, so what will we do? Suppose the sentence is interrogative, what will we do? Let's see. Okay, my dear learners, now have a look here how we change reporting verb. Suppose the sentence is assertive. You have got the sentence is assertive. So what will you do? If you see say, then you can change it told. If you see say, then say you can change it tell, or you may put it say. Or if you see says, then you can change it tells or says. So if the sentence is assertive, then you can do it. But if the sentence is interrogative, so you can change it. If you see said, then you can change asked. If you see say, then you change ask. If you see says, then you can change asked. So and then if you see the sentence is optative, so what will you do? You just change the said into wished or prayed, and then you can add for, prayed for or wished for. So if you see say, then you can change it wish or pray. If you see says, then you can change it wishes or prays. Then we will see how we can change if we see the sentence imperative or exclamatory. Let's have a look. Okay, now, my dear class, we will have the idea if the sentence is imperative like this: let's play, let me do it, come here, then what will you do? If the sentence given in the reported speech that is imperative, so we will do, if you see let's or let us, we will do said, we will change it proposed or suggested, and then if we see say, then we will convert it propose or suggest. Okay, now if we see let here I wrote that pronoun other যে objective form গুলো আছে, let me, let him, let them, let her, if you see such kind of word, then you can change it told, or you may change it, you may keep it said, requested, ordered. It will depend on the meaning of the sentence. Suppose let me do it, you can say he told me, or you can say, or you can write he said me, or you can requested me, you can write that he is requested me. So if you see let me, let him, let them, let her, you can change it told, said, request, ordered. It will depend on the meaning of the given sentence. And then if you see any sentence that refers to অনুরোধ, আদেশ, উপদেশ, নিষেধ or নির্দেশ, it will differ. If you see any requesting type of sentence in the given reported speech, so you can convert it requested or request. It will depend said or say. So if you see any sentence which indicates order, you can say ordered or ordered. And if you see any sentence which indicates advice, then you can write there advised or advice. If you see any sentence there which indicates the forbid or not to do something, so you can write or change the word forbade or forbid. And if you see here some in some ways we can write forbade or forbid, or other we can see requested, order. I will let you see how we change it. And then if you see any sentence which indicates recommendation, then you can write recommended or recommend. That's all about if we see an imperative sentence in the reported speech. So now we will see how we change if we see any exclamation or exclamatory. Okay, my dear class, now have a look. If the sentence is exclamation or exclamatory, then we have to understand the meaning of the given sentence. If the sentence refers to আনন্দ, that means বাক্যটি যদি আনন্দ বোঝায়, অর্থাৎ বাক্যটির দ্বারা যদি আনন্দদায়ক কোনো কিছু বোঝায়, then you can say or you can write there exclaimed or exclaimed. It will depend the reporting verb. If we see said, then we can write exclaim. If we see say, then we can write exclaim. With or in joy or pleasure. And then if we see if we see the sentence expresses sorrow, then we can write there exclaimed with sorrow or grief. If we see the sentence expresses wonderness, then we can write there wonder or surprise. And then if we see the sentence refers nothing but exclamatory, then we can only write there exclaim. So I hope or I think that you have the clear idea how we change our reporting verb. If the sentence is assertive, what will you do? If the sentence is interrogative, what will you do? If the sentence is optative, what will you do? If the sentence is imperative, what will you do? And if the sentence is exclamatory, what will you do? I think you have got the clear idea. So my dear young learners, now we'll see how we can add conjunction. That was our second sense. Okay, let's just have a look here. He said to me, I am ill now. Here, at the very beginning, if we want to add conjunction, we must have to know whether the sentence is assertive or sentence is exclamatory or the sentence is optative or imperative. What is the sentence that was or that is? So, if we see the sentence is assertive, the sentence is exclamatory, the sentence is optative, and the sentence is imperative, start with let's or let us, then we can add that as a conjunction. So there are 5 sentences: assertive, exclamatory, optative, and imperative. So we can add that as a conjunction in 4 sentences. Partly because if we see imperative sentence start with verb, that is mool verb, then we add to, only to, then we not add that. Okay, and if we see the sentence is imperative or interrogative, so then we have to see if the sentence start with WH portion or auxiliary verb. So what may be the WH portion? The WH portion may be the who, which, what, when, whose, where, how, why, and whom. And then the auxiliary verb, we know there are 24 auxiliary verbs. We will give you the idea in our another class. So if we see the sentence start with the auxiliary verb, then we can add if or whether as a conjunction. And then if we see WH portion, then we will put it as it is as a conjunction. So we think, or we have learned that there are 4 conjunctions we can add as a conjunction there. And first of all, that, to, WH portion and a. For your better understanding, I am just saying in Bangla that আমরা যখন দেখব ইনভার্টেড কমার ভিতরে এই বাক্যগুলো রয়েছে, অর্থাৎ 5 ধরনের মধ্যে 4 ধরনেরই ধরো অ্যাসার্টিভ, এক্সক্লামেটরি, অপটেটিভ আর ইম্পারেটিভ দেয়া আছে এবং ইম্পারেটিভ বাক্যটি লেটস অর লেটাস দিয়ে শুরু হয়েছে, তখন তুমি ইজিলি সেখানে দ্যাট বসাবা অ্যাজ এ কনজাংশন হিসেবে। বাট ইফ ইউ সি imperative sentence start with the V1 or mool verb, then you just put the conjunction to. And if the sentence is imperative, যখন তুমি ইম্পারেটিভ বাক্য দেখবা তখন খেয়াল করবা যে বাক্যটা কি WH কোশ্চেন দিয়ে শুরু হয়েছে নাকি অক্সিলারি ভার্ব। যদি WH কোশ্চেন দিয়ে শুরু হয়েছে ওয়েল, তখন ওই WH কোশ্চেনটাই অ্যাজ এ কনজাংশন হিসেবে বসবে। আর যদি অক্সিলারি ভার্ব দিয়ে শুরু হয়ে থাকে বাক্যটি, তখন আমরা শুধু ইফ ব্যবহার করব। I think you have a clear concern or clear idea how we add conjunction. So let's move our third sense part, or in my second part I will discuss how we sense verb in a given speech, and then how we sense time word, and how we do or rewrite passage narration. Till then, be safe and sound and take care. Welcome back to my class again, my dear young learners. You all are welcome in my class. I am Mamunur Rashid from Gari High School, Kishoregonj, Nilphamari. I wish you all are well in your house and doing your studies so regularly and getting preparation for your coming exam. And I am here today. I will discuss you on narration, which I already started in my classes, and I think you already enjoyed my first part on narration, and you have got some clear ideas. Today, inshallah, I will try to give you a clear concept or clear idea on other parts or other senses of narration. So it will be on narration part 2. I wish you you will enjoy it, and also you share it to others. Do positive comments for our better rectification. Also, you do your homeworks and try to send us in our messengers group in my personal inbox, then I will try to give you a positive feedback. So, my dear young learners, I don't want to waste your time. Let's go or move on your. Okay, my dear learners, now we are in change number 3, that is person sense. So let's have a look how we can sense person in a given speech. So he said to me, I am ill. Here the person is I, that is first person, that is, yes, that is first person. So if you see any subject in the reported speech first person, so we will change it according to the subject of reporting verb. Here the reporting verb, the subject of reporting verb is he, so I will refer he, and then we can write here only he in exchange of I, in exchange of I, that is I এর পরিবর্তে আমরা এখানে হি ব্যবহার করব কখন, যখন বাক্যের এই গিভেন সেন্টেন্সের সাবজেক্টটি ফার্স্ট পারসন দেয়া থাকবে। ক্লিয়ার? Yes, and then if you see, he said to me, you are my brother. Here you refers, you is as a second person, and it will refer the object of reporting verb, object of reporting verb. So here the object of reporting verb is me, and that will convert into I. When we write the answer, you here refer me and me will be I. If you refer he will be, sorry, him will be he, her will be she, them will be they, like this. So আমরা খেয়াল করব, এভাবে যদি রিপোর্টেড স্পিচের ভিতরে সাবজেক্টটি সেকেন্ড পারসন দেয়া থাকে, তাহলে অবশ্যই সেটি রিপোর্টিং ভার্বের অবজেক্টকে রেফার করবে, অবজেক্ট অনুসারে হবে। অবজেক্ট এখানে মি থাকলে আই হবে, হিম থাকলে হি হবে, হার থাকলে শি হবে, দেম থাকলে দে হবে। ক্লিয়ার ইট? আই থিঙ্ক ইউ হ্যাভ গট ইট। ওকে, and at last he said to me he wants to play. Here he is third person, and you'll be surprised or you will be happy to know that no need to sense when we see the subject is third person. Here we see he, so no need to replace it or change it. So যখন আমরা বাক্যের সাবজেক্টটি থার্ড পারসন দেখব তখন কোনো পরিবর্তনই করতে হবে না। So the main thing is that we have to change only two person, first person and second person. There is no need to change third person. So I think you have got the clear idea how we sense person in a sentence. But you have to remember, when you see any person, suppose I have, and then you have got another person in a sentence, so you must have to sense all the persons, all the objective form or subjective form given in the speech. আমি যদি বাংলায় একটু পরিষ্কার করি, এই একটি বাক্যে একাধিক সাবজেক্ট বা অবজেক্ট যদি থাকে, সেটি পার্সন চেঞ্জের নিয়ম অনুসারে সাবজেক্ট অথবা অবজেক্ট অনুসারে সেটি পরিবর্তিত অবশ্যই করতে হবে বাক্যে যতবার থাকবে। It must have to remember you that. So I think you have got the clear idea, dear young learners. Now we'll have the idea how we change verb in direct speech. So we already have got the idea how we can change the reporting verb, how we can add the conjunction, and how we change the persons in a direct sentences. But now we will have the idea how we can change verb in a direct speech. So it's so difficult, I think, for the student of class 8 to 12, because when we do change verb in direct speech, it becomes so hazardous, so difficult for us. So today I will give you some short techniques by which you can change verb easily when you rewrite any direct speech into indirect. So let's see. Here I wrote, he said to me, I am it. So this is the direct speech. So you have to change this indirect. To change it into indirect, or to change the verb here, the verb is am. So you want to change the verb am. So how you change it? To change the verb in direct speech, you have to go to the reporting verb. Yes, here the reporting verb is said. So if you see the reporting verb is said, asked, or B2, that means past form of a verb. Past form of a verb. Suppose you say you see here, right, said, asked, or requested, or ordered, like these kinds of words. If you see here, then you can sense am. Then you can sense am. And then if you see was or were plus saying, was saying, were saying, or you see not saying but was ordering, or was asking, were asking, such kind of word, you may see say, or also another kind of words adding ing, then you can change am. And then if you see had said, or had asked, or had ordered, that means had plus v3, that means past perfect form of a verb. If you see here, then you can change the verb of reported speech. And you also can sense when you see had been saying, or had been asking, had been ordering, had been requesting, such kind of words there. If you see here, then you can sense the verb of reported speech. So to change the verb of reported speech, you have to see whether the verb of the reporting verb is in 4 forms. How many forms? Yes, 4 forms. That is, it may be there said, or was are saying, or had said, or had been saying. Then you can have the permission to change the verb of a speech. If you don't see such kind of verb, suppose you see here say, only wrote here say, or wrote here says, so you don't get the permission to change the verb of reported speech. So if you see here have said, or have been saying, or will say, or suppose will say, such kind of word if you see here, you don't have got the permission to change the verb. So for your better understanding, just I am telling you in Bangla, যখন আমরা রিপোর্টিং ভার্বটি চেঞ্জ করব, সাপোজ আমি এই এমটাকে চেঞ্জ করব, এখানে রিপোর্টেড স্পেসে ভার্ব এমটিকে আমি চেঞ্জ করব। সো এমটিকে চেঞ্জ করার জন্য যে কাজটি করতে হবে সেটি হচ্ছে রিপোর্টিং ভার্বে আমরা খেয়াল করব এই সেডের জায়গায় সেড দেয়া আছে কি না, না আক্স দেয়া আছে নাকি, অথবা পাস্ট টেন্স বুঝে এমন শব্দ দেয়া আছে কিনা, অথবা ওয়াজ আর সেইং অথবা ভার্বের সাথে আইএনজি যুক্ত এমন কোনো শব্দ এখানে দেয়া আছে কিনা, অথবা হ্যাড সেড অথবা হ্যাড অর্ডারড, হ্যাড রিকোয়েস্টেড, এই টাইপের কোনো শব্দ এখানে দেয়া আছে কিনা, অথবা হ্যাড বিন সেইং অথবা হ্যাড বিন এর পরে আইএনজি যুক্ত কোনো শব্দ এখানে দেয়া আছে কিনা। যদি দেয়া থাকে দেন উই ক্যান চেঞ্জ দ্য ভার্ব। যদি দেয়া না থাকে, এই ধরনের শব্দ যদি এই সেডের জায়গাটাতে দেয়া না থাকে, তখন আমরা এই অংশের পারসন চেঞ্জ হবে, টাইম আউট থাকলে টাইম আউট চেঞ্জ হবে, কিন্তু ভার্ব চেঞ্জ হবে না। দ্যাট মিন্স ভার্বের ফর্ম চেঞ্জ হবে না। ভার্ব চেঞ্জ হবে না, এটা ভুল হবে, ভার্বের ফর্ম চেঞ্জ হবে না। দ্যাট মিন্স সাপোজ হিয়ার অ্যাম, ইট ক্যান বি ইজ অর আর, বাট ইট উইল নট কনভার্ট ওয়াজ। অর্থাৎ অ্যাম আছে, সেটা ইজ হতে পারে, সাবজেক্ট অনুসারে আর হতে পারে, কিন্তু সেটি ওয়াজে যাবে না অথবা ওয়ারে যাবে না। আমি বিষয়টি ক্লিয়ার করতে পারছি কিনা আবার একটু খেয়াল করো। তাহলে আমরা যে বিষয়টি খেয়াল করব সেটি হচ্ছে যে সেইডের জায়গায় যদি এই 4 ধরনের শব্দ আমরা দেখতে পাই, তবেই আমরা এই অংশে ভার্ব চেঞ্জ করতে পারবো, না হলে পারবো না। সাপোজ এখানে সে লেখা আছে, তাহলে ভার্ব চেঞ্জ হবে না। সেইস লেখা আছে, তাহলে ভার্ব চেঞ্জ হবে না। উইল সে লেখা আছে, ভার্ব চেঞ্জ হবে না। ভার্ব চেঞ্জ হবে না মানে ভার্বের ফর্ম চেঞ্জ হবে না। তো সো আই থিংক ইউ হ্যাভ গট দ্য আইডিয়া হাউ you can do changes of verb in a reported speech. So if you see such kind of word, suppose you see that said, asked, or be to type word, so then you have got the permission to change. যখন তুমি নিশ্চিত হয়ে গেলা যে হ্যাঁ এখানে সেইট আছে আমি এখন ভার্ব চেঞ্জ করতে পারবো, তাহলে যখন আমরা পারমিশন পেয়ে গেলাম যে হ্যাঁ ভার্ব চেঞ্জ করতে পারবো, তাহলে আমরা কি করব চলো আমরা দেখে নিই। ওকে মাই ডিয়ার ইয়াং লার্নার্স, নাও have a look. He said to me, I am in. So here we have got said, then we can change the verb am. যেহেতু আমরা এখানে সেট পেয়েছি তাহলে আমরা ভার্বকে am কে চেঞ্জ করতে পারি। সো what will we do then? Look, if we see a verb that is auxiliary in the reported speech, so we may change it like this. If you see, suppose here am or is, you can convert it was, or you can change it into was. And then if you see are, then you can change into were. If you see have or has such kind of word there, then you can convert it or you can change into had. And then if you see was or were there, then you can change into it had been. Yes. And then if you see had, then you can change into had or had been. And if you see here must, then you change into had to or would have to, had to or would have to. But if you see must have and the sentence is universal truth, that is we must die. Suppose we must die, so here everybody will die, and that is the universal truth. So if you see such kind of sentence that indicates the universal truth, in that sentence must will not be changed or must will be unchanged. Clear? So and then if you see can, you can change into it could. If you see shall, you can change into it would or should. In maximum sentence or maximum types of sentence, we see shall change into would, and sometimes we see it change into should. And then if you see will, then it would be would. If you see may, then it would be or it will change into might. So if you see do or does, then it will change into did. If you see did, then that will be had been. That will be had been. But so here look, so we have got the clear idea that auxiliary verb will change like this way. So now we will see how the principal verb. Okay, my dear young learners, now have a look here. He said to me he didn't know this, or he knows this. So look here, if we see any principal verb in the given reported speech or any principal verb into negative form, suppose here did is the auxiliary verb and doing here the negative form, so then you will do, if you see do not or doesn't, it will convert into didn't plus d1. That means do or does will didn't, and then if you just add the principal verb into v1 form, that means present form. And then if you see didn't in the reported speech, so it will convert in hadn't, and the main verb or principal verb will convert into v3, convert into. So here we see didn't, then we can write this way, hadn't known, so hadn't and no convert into known, v3. And then if we see any principal verb here like this, if we see go here in the sentence, if you see go, then it will be went, that means in past form, if we see the present form of verb, then it will convert into past form. And then if you see goes, that is the present form, and it will convert into went, that is past form. And if you see the past form like went, then it will convert into had plus V3, that is had gone. Look here, if we see knows, it will convert into knew. If we see went, then it will convert into had gone. And if you see go, then it will convert into went. If we see doesn't go, then it will convert into didn't go. So for your better understanding, just I am saying in Bangla, look, যখন আমরা দেখব যে এই রিপোর্টের স্পিচের মধ্যে মানে যে ভার্বটি দেয়া আছে সেটি প্রিন্সিপাল ভার্ব অথবা এমন যে অক্সিলারি ভার্ব কিন্তু না বোধক, যেমন এখানে দেয়া আছে ডিডন্ট, তাহলে আমরা সেক্ষেত্রে তখন হ্যাড প্লাস ভি3 লিখব, হ্যাডন্ট প্লাস ভি3 লিখব। দ্যাট মিন্স in some books we see that these are stored if the verb is present form or present tense, then the verb will be past tense. If the verb is present continuous, the verb will be past continuous. Like this, they are just writing this. আমরা বই খুললেই দেখব যে এই ধরনের মানে রুলস গুলো লেখা আছে, প্রেজেন্ট টেন্স হলে পাস্ট টেন্স হবে, প্রেজেন্ট কন্টিনিউয়াস হলে পাস্ট কন্টিনিউয়াস। বাট I am not here giving you the idea to convert like this. I am just showing you that you just memorize or you just remember the words, and word will take you to the tense. Suppose you just know that if you see any verb like present, that will be past. So the sentence will automatically past indefinite. Suppose we see know or knows, that we write knew. Then if we write knew, then the sentence will be into a past indefinite. So we don't need to memorize that present indefinite equal to past indefinite, present continuous equal to past continuous. We just memorize some. Hello my dear young learners, now we are at the very last of our sense. This is the last sense, that is called time word sense. And time word sense in a narration or in a speech or in a direct speech, the time word sense is one kind of factor, but it depends on if the word is given in the sentence or not. Here he said to me, I will go home tomorrow. Here we got a one time word. So if there is a time word in a sentence, that it will be sense, otherwise not. So we have got already complete idea about four senses: reporting verb, conjunction at, person sense, and also verb sense. And now we are going to have idea about the time word sense. So time word depends on if it is given in the sentence or not. If it is given, then it will be sense, or otherwise not. So four senses is mandatory to do a complete indirect speech. So if we see such kind of word, suppose if you see here in the sentence, then it will be there, hence, thence, come, go or arrive. But কাম মানে যদি এমন হয় নিজের দিকে আসা হয়, তাহলে কাম will not be sense. Today, that day. Tomorrow, the next day, the following day. Yesterday, the previous day, the day before. Okay. Last night, the previous night. Last week, the previous week. Last month, the previous month. Sir, politely, respectfully, or with due respect. And sometimes we can also mention addressing as a sir. If you want to write it, we have to write it before the reporting verb, that addressing as sir. Sometimes we may have seen, or we may have seen in some books that is written that addressing as sir. Sorry, if you see sorry in a sentence, that it will change into apology, or also you can keep it sorry. This is all about, I think, the time word. So there are lots of changes in narration. We are doing our best to give you some ideas or some techniques how to do sentences. If we do the sentences sequentially, first reporting verb, then conjunction add, then person sense, then verb sense, and then time word sense, then it will be a complete indirect speech, and there will be no wrong. But it take time, and you do it sequentially. The student, now I am going to give you some homeworks to practice in your house, and you just keep it down in your notes and try to solve these and send me in my inbox or in our be safe and sound, and take care of your health, and stay with us. Enjoy our classes and share it, do positive comments. Allah Hafiz.